So, Randy, I sent you an article earlier in the week from The Verge. And the title of the article was The Ticking Time Bomb That Is Modern Free-to-Play Games. I just thought it was a really interesting article because it discussed a lot of things that, in a way, we've kind of talked about disliking for quite a while.
Yeah, a lot of the concerns that we've expressed on the podcast in the past were maybe summed up maybe more eloquently in this article than we've ever put it, but it definitely was an interesting read.
And I think they approached it from a different angle than we normally do. Like, we talk about how the all-digital future scares the crap out of us. Like, we're not new to that. But I don't know that we've ever really talked about how the free-to-play games specifically are going to suffer because of this.
Right.
Because it's a slightly different issue. It's a little more nuanced.
Right. It's not just about having a physical copy. It's really like that these games can't exist in anything but a digital space. And because of that, once the servers are down, the games are just gone. And what can you do?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. If you're like me, you maybe have never thought about that before. But I mean, think about all the mobile games that are big. Or the best example to me is Fortnite. Fortnite does not have a single player mode. So one of these days, probably a long time from now, because it makes tons of money, they're going to decide to stop supporting Fortnite servers. They're going to shut down. And this massive, worldwide phenomenon that has literally, changed pop culture will just be gone.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy to think that we could see a future in which it's just lost gaming, which there are tons of games that have been lost that were single player games, but it seems like these free to play games are almost destined to almost certainly have that
They're
future.
like double lost.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we love Sea of Thieves. Mm-hmm. That's gonna be gone one day. There's no single player Sea of Thieves. There's no offline Sea of Thieves. Apex Legends, not our favorite game, but a lot of people's favorite game. Mm-hmm. That's no single player. There's really no shortage of games that are in the same boat.
Right. And I mean, there are some workarounds, I think the most common workaround I've seen is that games that were these MMOs, they might have someone will set up a private server to try to keep the game going. But even that relies on someone maintaining this private server.
Right.
So, it eventually is going to have a death. Now, I've got an idea. I think that this is something that we could potentially see happen.
Okay, hit me with it.
Because in the article, they talked about, I think it was one of the Kingdom Hearts mobile games. I can't remember what it was called. But they've created an offline mode where at least you can go and see the things that you've done. You can see your accomplishments. You can't play the game, but you can at least... There's still a version of the game where you can go look at the stuff you've done. At least it's not completely gone.
Kingdom Hearts X, I think is what it's called.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that is an option. Mm-hmm. But what I would really like to see for something like Fortnite, Sea of Thieves, Apex Legends, if I were the developer of these games and I wanted to preserve them, what I would like to see happen is once the game is shutting down, they create a legacy version of the game. There's a physical cartridge or a physical disc. Mm-hmm. And what it is it's a single player version of the game where you still play against all bots.
Yeah.
But it preserves and maybe have every map that you could pull up and every weapon. And just be a way, a giant vault of the game. And even though you
maybe you could even play your friends.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Maybe it isn't the game as because it requires everyone to be hooked up to servers. Maybe if you could figure out a way to make it serverless so it really could at least the legacy of the game be preserved, so that if you wanted to have a way to at least go see all this stuff again, that's what I would like to see.
That would be really cool for Fortnite specifically because we've already lost several incarnations of the Fortnite map. Think about how different the map is now than it was the first time we played Fortnite.
Oh yeah, it's very different.
And we can't go back to that.
I'm assuming that those maps are stored somewhere. They probably have it somewhere.
You would think so.
You would think.
But I don't know that they ever are planning to let us see it again.
Yeah, no, but wouldn't it be cool if we could?
It would be.
If they created this physical version of the game that really was just meant to be a legacy, just to remember the game by. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it may take some. I know they already have implemented bots into the game, so surely they could make it so that
in a really well done way too. Shout out to Fortnite for bringing in bots when you're new to the game without telling you. Good on you.
Yeah,
it lets you learn the game, build a little confidence.
Yeah, I would like to see some sort of physical version of these games just for preservation's sake. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't know if they're ever going to do that, but I think that would be a cool workaround. But a lot of these mobile games, that's not really an option. I mean, maybe they could figure out a way to preserve them somehow, but
Yeah.
there are so many mobile games that come and go.
What is that huge Genshin Impact?
Oh, yeah.
That game is huge, and everybody says it's really well done, and it's like a mobile Breath of the Wild in a lot of ways, but is also essentially pay to win. I mean, that game's just going to go away one day.
Think about how many mobile games there are. And the thing about mobile games is that they're typically, I know like me, I play them for a few weeks and then I never play them again.
Yeah.
But there have been times I'm like, ooh, I want to go back and play, Cut the Rope or, whatever games I've played in the past. And although a lot of them are still there and supported, some of them are just completely gone. Here's the thing. Is it okay? I mean, is that just the way these games are? Is it just, should we just accept it, or should we like try to encourage or like create a movement where people are like trying to preserve these games? Because I personally really like game preservation. I buy pretty much all physical when I can.
Yeah.
And it bums me out.
It also, in a way, maybe kind of makes it special. Like, our grandkids, they're not going to probably be able to play Fortnite. And we did. We took part in that. So that kind of makes it special, but I'm not justifying it. I'm just playing devil's advocate. I mean,
one thing we didn't talk about very much is about all the people who have poured tons and tons of money into these.
Oh, man, how do we skip over that? Yeah, it's like huge business. I mean, huge money. All those. I mean, that's why it's so popular. That's why the free to play game model with microtransactions is so popular, because it's way more profitable.
Right. I think that, if I'm not mistaken, the free to play gaming sector is the most profitable part of gaming now, right?
Gotta be.
It's gotta be.
Gotta be.
And which is crazy that the free to play is the most profitable, but that's just the way it is.
They knew what they were doing.
Right. Because it taps into a side of your brain that is very different than when you just buy a game and play it and then you're done with it.
And the big money doesn't come from the people who buy a battle pass every season.
No.
The big money comes from the people who
Buy everything.
see all the skins, buy all the skins and all that. Exactly. Like the people who are constantly having to buy more V-Bucks, that's where the big money
And there are people who do that. They
Those are
buy
the fat
literally
pigeons.
everything. Everything new that comes out, they have to have it all because they're like collecting it and they get it all. But the thing is those are the people who are going to be the most burned when these servers go down.
Yes.
There's not an infinite supply of those type of people.
No.
So once they're burned by one game, they may not do that in the next free-to-play game they go to play.
Good for them.
Yeah, right.
Don't do it now. If you're one of those people, you need to chill.
Oh, yeah.
Find a skin you like and get it. And if another one comes out a little later, maybe get it, but don't buy them all.
Don't buy them all. You're wasting your money. Those of you guys who are watching here, what do you think? Do you think that this is a problem? Should there be more of a movement towards preservation of these mobile or free-to-play games? I mean, I get that they require to be online. They require servers, and eventually those are going to go down. But what is the solution?
I mean, you can't allocate manpower to it forever, and I get that.
No. But is there a solution, or do we just have to accept the fact that these games are going to go away?